Hello everyone, it's Maria here from pepperlyrose.blogspot.com.au. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to show you a Christmas card, and I was very inspired by a recent trip to the shops or to my local department store, and I saw a beautiful home decor that had a craft and light blue theme to it. And it was Christmas decor, and I was so impressed by it, and I just loved it. And what sprang to mind for me was to use the Christmas Pines stamp set, and this stamp set was in last year's holiday catalogue and was very popular, and because of that they've now put it into the annual catalogue. So I don't want this set to be forgotten, because this set is such a stunning, elegant set, and it can be used not just for Christmas, but you can use the pines for masculine cards, the pine cones as well, and you can use them for other occasions as well. So for me, this is not just Christmas, it is also a multi-purpose, all-round good set, and I don't want to forget about it. And I'm going to make the card with this stamp set today, and it also coordinates with the Pretty Pines Thinlet dies. These dies are beautiful. You can buy them separately, and these are the dies, so you can get all sorts of, I love the bows. You can use these for not only for Christmas, again, you can use this for other occasions as well. The pines, the pine cones, these little accents as well, the leaves, they're just stunning. So I don't want this set to be forgotten, so we will be using these two today. So we'll get started on our project. I just wanted to let you know these can be bought through my online store. If you don't have a demonstrator in Australia, you can buy through me anywhere in Australia you live, and you can purchase these through my online store at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net. Also, I was just wondering, guys, what you would like me to do, if there's any particular creations you have in mind, or if you'd like me to create a box for a certain something that's sold here in Australia only, I'm afraid. Things like that. If you've got anything that you'd like to suggest for me to make for you, please don't hesitate to let me know, and just leave me a comment below the video, and I'll be more than happy to accommodate, providing of course I also have the products in question. So yeah, please make any suggestions. If you're interested in Facebook Live, let me know, but I'm a bit dubious about Facebook Live. I do have a Facebook page for Stampin' Up. The reason why I'm dubious about Facebook Live is because I don't like the quality of it, and my videos are kind of like Facebook Live anyway, so I figured I won't do them. But if you'd like me to do them, let me know and leave a comment. And just let me know what you'd like me to do, if it's going to help out anyone. So anyway, we'll get started with this project. So we've got a piece of crumb cake. This is the basis. It's going to be a one-layer card. So it's half an A4, scored in half again, and that gives you an A6 card base. This is an international A6. Please feel free to use any card base you wish, of any measurement. It is completely up to you. Okay, so now we've burnished our cardstock. I'm just going to get out my, I've got an embossing buddy, so we're going to be doing some embossing, so I'll get that ready. But what we're going to do first and foremost is we're going to stamp. I'm going to use these two images here and that one. I'm going to stamp this highlighted image first, and I'll be doing that in crumb cake. So we'll take that out, and I'm just going to ink up my stamp. Feel free to fast forward through any of these. I've had feedback where people do like me to do this in real time, so if you don't want to watch it in real time, feel free to fast forward through all of that. I'll just grab a piece of scrap paper. I forgot to bring that. Won't be a second. Yeah, just used this before, but I don't care. And I'm going to now ink this up. This is like a highlight piece in crumb cake. So I'll just stamp like that. Ink this up again, and I'll stamp it that way, and this way. Okay, so that's just stamping the highlighted image there. going to clean that stamp up because I'm actually going to use that block for my next stamp. And the next stamp we are going to emboss it in white. So I'll just quickly give that a good clean up. Take that off. Okay, and then I'll put in my next one. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rub my embossing buddy. I'm just going to rub it over the top of my card base. Okay, and I'm going to grab my Versamark ink pad and I'm just going to ink that up in Versamark. With my larger stamps, I tend to leave them upside down and then I use my Versamark pad over the top just to make sure that I have even coverage. So I'll be using that several times. So I'm going to put that there roughly. And I really love, when I saw these beautiful Christmas decor, I absolutely loved it, and I thought this would make a great card as well. So yeah, so this will be lovely, I think. Now I'm just doing this on the fly. I've had this image in my head. I have not done this before the video. The only thing I do before my videos is boxes. I practice one of those before, get the measurements right so that I can present them to you without an issue. And then that's it. So with this one, I have no idea. I'm just going to do it on the fly. So anyway, I've got some white emboss powder. I like to put mine in a container. It just makes it easy for me to distribute the embossing powder, and all the mess just goes into, see, that goes like that. Oops. Got that there. Give it a good flick. Okay, now I've got some embossing powder onto my sheet, so it's a good idea to have a sheet underneath. Any leftovers, just put it straight in there and you lose no embossing powder. So I'm going to go off camera now and I'm going to emboss this and then I'll be back. Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm back. Thank you. I've just heat embossed this in white so it looks like that, but I've just noticed as well that my little crumb cake accents didn't come up very well, so I'm actually going to stamp the crumb cake again. So I'm just going to clean my stamp from the Versamark that I was using before. Now I'm just going to mount that accent one again, just wipe that block. And I'm going to use crumb cake again. And I'll just stamp the accent pieces again, basically. So just want it to be a little bit more prominent, just to add a bit of you know, contrast, so it's not just the one colour. Just want it to show you that, you know, so I'll do that again. Excuse me. So that looks a little bit more contrasty, so I like that. So we'll get rid of this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do some die cutting. I'm going to die cut a few things in the one hit. So actually, before I die cut, I'm going to stamp the word Noel down the bottom here, and I'm going to do that in silver. So I'll just grab my Versamark ink for that. I'll just use my embossing buddy. Then I'm going to grab my Versamark ink pad and I'm going to emboss the word Noel down the bottom. I'm going to hold it down for a few seconds to make sure that the Versamark transfers onto the cardstock, because it's such a solid word and letters. I'm going to make sure that it really sticks down. Oops, now I think I did it too much. There we go. So can you see that impression? I'm going to grab now some silver embossing powder. I'm going to emboss the word Noel in silver, so I'll be back in a second. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. So now that's been embossed in silver and it looks beautiful. Just that contrast looks really, really nice. Okay, what we're going to bring up now is our big shot. And we're going to start cutting with the Pretty Pines Thinlet dies. And we're going to use our big shot platform today, our thin die adapter, a cutting plate, and we're going to start bringing out our dies. So I'm going to be using this larger die, and I'm going to be using, and is it the larger one or the smaller one that coordinates? Just a second, I'm just going to see which one I'll do. Yeah, the larger one. And I'm going to be using this die over here, and I'll cut out the other elements a little later. So with the pines, I'm going to cut them out in soft sky, and this image here I'm going to use some silver, some glitter paper. So I'm just going to cut some glitter paper off my scraps here. I'm going to use a couple of them. I'm going to cut that out a couple of times. Okay, so I've got one there. And then I'm going to use the largest bow to cut along with that one. And cut off a little bit more of my silver glimmer paper. And I'm going to cut this part here as well. And we'll just crank that through the big shot for now. And because certain parts of this are quite intricate, I'm going to pass it through again twice. So that cut out beautifully. I'm going to use that one again in a minute. I'm going to use that. That cut out really nice. And that cut out beautifully as well, just stunning. And with this one, you can use your die brush, but I haven't got that handy, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to poke out all the pieces with a skewer, but you can use whatever you want. Okay, and these bits and pieces should just fall out. Should all fall out there. Okay, I'll poke it out later. That just falls out, see? Out it comes. Yeah, die brush in this case comes in very handy, so I'll bring that out in a second. I'll do that later, okay? So I'm going to cut out the pine cone again. and I'm going to cut out another piece of Soft Sky. This was a circle that I die cut, but not planning on using that as yet. So, okay, I'll crank that through the big shot. I'll just try and find my cutting plate. Make sure that cuts through perfectly. Yep. And cut that through. Okay, so again, I'll be using my die brush. You can see the beautiful detail, just gorgeous. I love this, stunning. Okay, so I cut out a couple of the pine cones, and I'm thinking as well of cutting some of the pines, and I'll do that in crumb cake. So just bear with me for a second. I'll just grab some crumb cake cardstock. I'll just cut out a couple of pines. Okay. Let's just get some scrap there. I'll cut those out. Okay, and I'll go back again for good measure. I'll do it again. I'm just going with the flow on this one. I'll see how this turns out, but yeah, it's just as an idea. I hope it turns out nice. Okay, and I think that's it for the die cutting. If I want more, I'll do it again later. Okay. Okay, that's the pine there. And it comes out pretty easily. Okay. Alrighty. So now we'll bring back our card base, and I'll also bring my die brush to get rid of those bits and pieces. So just bring out my foam piece because that comes in very handy, and I'll just use my die brush to go over the top and behind. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'll try the other one. Okay. Alright guys, I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to poke through these individually. Just hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. I've just had to poke through all of the holes because this glimmer paper or this glitter paper has like a backing on it. When you poke it through, it's not easy, so you've got to poke it through one by one, but I think the result is totally worth it. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we've got our our Soft Sky base right here. So what we're going to do is we are going to put the pine cone over the top of that, so it looks like that. It has a beautiful effect. When I saw this, I absolutely I almost died. I just loved it. It's just so beautiful. So I'm just going to put some liquid glue right on the back of this and stick it on. Our pine cone there. And I love the effect of silver with the beautiful soft sky. Oops, soft sky. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just beautiful effect. Just love it. Okay, we'll glue the other one down as well. Okay, and we're going to do just a layout on this, and if I want to add some more soft sky I will in an accent of some sort, but so far I like the way this looks. Alright, now let's see how this turns out. Okay, so I'll make sure this sticks down. So go like that. Got a sprig here. One about there. And like here. So I'm just laying it out. Stick down. As is there. And like that. But I feel I need to add another element of soft sky. So I'll just put that to the side for 1 second. I'll bring out my Pretty Pines Thinlits, and I'm going to use, I think, this one over here on that. So I'll bring out my Big Shot again, and we're going to cut that out. So this is the creative process. You see things, you have the idea. So far I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's a nice alternative to the typical, you know, green and red that was very popular for this stamp set last year. I just want to try something completely different. So I'm going to do that one again. Okay, run that through nice and quick. And I think I really like this element. I'm just going to use my... I've got a skewer here that lives with this stamp set, and I think I like that little accent. That looks absolutely beautiful and perfect for this project. So I'll bring back my card base again, and oh, where did it go? Right underneath. And we'll just add that element of soft sky, and I think as a whole that would look great. So I'll just start sticking all these elements down. So, oops, pulled it all apart. All right, now just make sure that that's where I want it. And that goes underneath there. All right, just start sticking bits down now. So I'll stick this down. There, oops. Okay, and then stick that down. Can't believe this glue is still going. It does not go away. It's amazing. It's well worth it as far as I'm concerned. Just lasts and lasts and lasts. Okay, so I'll put that one there. Yeah. Okay, stick that one here. Get down. Stick that down here. Stick that a little further down. Stick that down here. And then I'm going to stick... Always do a mock layout, just so you have a perfect idea and perfect placement of your elements. So I'll put that in the middle. Get down, glue. I'm so sorry, guys. Get down, glue. Get down. Okay, and I'll stick that just underneath there. Now I'll pop these up on dimensionals, so I'll grab those. Okay, I'll pop that up on 1 dimensional each. Okay, take off the backing. So let's see, I'll stick that like so. I need to put another couple of dimensionals underneath those as well. Okay, that one and that one. So it has that look to it. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. And with this bow, I'm going to stick it directly onto the card stock, so just about there, and I'm going to use liquid glue for that. And so I'm going to stick it on there. Oops. So just hold it down because it's kind of going above. Just stick some more glue there. You can use the glue dots for this as well. I'm just going to use liquid glue just there. So I'll just hold it down for a minute. And I will come back once this is a little bit dry. Okay, I'm back. I've just held this down for a couple of minutes, and so now it's adhered down. So that looks great. And now I'm just going to add a clear faceted gem. And I'm going to add the smallest one, so I'll just grab my my little scissors, and there it is, all finished. So I love these elements. I hope you do too. And yeah, if you've got any questions, let me know. But that's a lovely take on a stamp set that's been around for about a year. So take care, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.